Mimi ni daktari ya kupasua ya moya.
Dr. Russ White, born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, raised in America, and close to 30 years of changing lives in Kenya as a medic and missionary.
We came in '92. We had a 12-month-old child. My wife was a bit reluctant at that stage, thinking we're taking a 12-month-old child to Africa.
Yes, his first stop was African Gospel Church, Tenwek Hospital in Bomet, where he worked as a trainee surgeon.
And I saw this huge problem of cancer of the esophagus.
Fast forward, and Dr. White is the vision bearer and director of the largest cardiothoracic center in sub-Saharan Africa.
Currently, Tenwek Hospital provides 60% of the open heart surgery in the country of Kenya. I believe by the end of 2025, we'll be providing 75% of the open heart surgery performed in the country of Kenya.
Watch Dr. White's daring journey in heart surgery and healing.
It was a big dare, and many people looked at me and said, "This is a crazy idea."
Situated in Tenwek, about 5 kilometers from Bomet town, AGC Tenwek Hospital stands as one of the largest and most renowned healthcare facilities in Kenya. The hospital was established in 1937 by missionaries during the British colonial period as a small mission clinic guided by a simple belief: we treat, Jesus heals. Over the years, it grew into a leading referral and teaching hospital, particularly recognized for its groundbreaking heart surgeries. But one need kept rising. Patients suffering from heart and chest diseases were waiting for too long for surgery. Some waited for years. Some never got a chance. One man could not look away. Dr. Russ White, a cardiothoracic surgeon, began dreaming of a center where world-class heart surgery could be done right here at home.
It was a big dare, and many people looked at me and said, "This is a crazy idea." They said, "How are you going to afford this?" They asked me, "Do you have the money?" I said,
No more questions. Yeah.
"Well, sort of." And they said, "What do you mean, sort of?" I said, "Well, God has the money, so sort of I have it when He's ready to give it to me."
That dream found a remarkable partner in Samaritan's Purse, the principal donor whose generosity transformed this state-of-the-art center that was commissioned by President His Excellency Dr. William Ruto in 2024.
Currently, Tenwek Hospital provides 60% of the open heart surgery in the country of Kenya. I believe by the end of 2025, we'll be providing 75% of the open heart surgery performed in the country of Kenya. And if you look as a whole, the country, all of those who need heart surgery, only about 5% actually get it. So we want to change that. We want to change that scenario so that we make this available to the people who need it.
Built on Tenwek Hospital's foundation of faith, excellence, and service, the Cardiothoracic Center stands as a symbol of growth and innovation, bringing world-class cardiothoracic care to a rural setting while continuing the hospital's mission of offering hope and healing to all.
Naitwa Sandra Kwekwe Dickson. Natokea Mombasa. Niko darasa la 7. Nasoma shule ya Mgala. Niko katika hospitali ya Tenwek. Nilikuwa ni mgonjwa wa moyo. Wamenitibu vizuri na sasa naendelea vizuri. Nashukuru na endelee na wema huo. Mungu awabariki.
Kwa majina yangu naitwa Said Nzuga. Nimetoka sehemu ya Kilifi County, nimekuja huku Bomet kutafuta matibabu ya mtoto wangu. Mwanzo mtoto huyu alianza kuumwa kama homa, nikamchukua nikampeleka hizi hospitali za private. Peleka huko nikaambiwa kuwa huyu mtoto inafaa uende naye akapimwe ili ionekane sababu ambayo inamsumbua huyu mtoto. Akaenda kapimwa, akaonekana mtoto ni mgonjwa wa moyo. Sasa kutoka wakati tulipoingia huku, kweli mtoto akafanywa matibabu, na kutoka wakati huo mtoto yuendelea vizuri kufikia sasa. Kwa kweli hospitali hii naiona ni nzuri, wamenilinda vizuri na mtoto mpaka kufikia saa hii.
Julius Prigel, locally known as Chepkoech, is a cardiac ICU nurse from Michigan, USA, who has lived in Kenya for over 10 years.
What I'm holding here is handprints of our patients. After surgery, each patient gets their handprint hit here to see what God has done, to remind us that God has been faithful, He has healed, and He has brought new hearts to these patients. Also, these will be hung down in OPD, and it encourages all the new patients who are seeking surgery and help for their hearts. Look at all these. God has healed and touched, and He will do the same for themselves.
How many do you have like this so far? How many hands?
We have about 100 handprints so far, and we're looking forward to having 1,000 within a few months.
Okay. And you're daring abroad in Kenya?
Yes, daring abroad in Kenya.
Tenwek Hospital is a pioneer in open heart surgeries, having operated over 2,000 cases since the year 2007. And isn't it inspiring that a doctor who has contributed to this growth began his journey at this hospital as a surgeon in turn?
I was born actually in the Congo, the DRC. My parents were medical missionaries. We left the DRC before I turned 2 years old because of the civil war going on. And my father's plan was to be in the United States for a period of time and then return to the Congo. He developed early heart disease, and that prevented him from returning, and he actually died fairly young at age 60 of heart disease.
Dr. White eventually began the journey of living his passion.
I went to medical school at the University of Michigan. I did my general surgical training at Brown University in Rhode Island in the United States. And then I did cardiothoracic training in England, actually.
Then a calling to serve in Africa, and he chose Tenwek Hospital.
We came in '92. We had a 12-month-old child. My wife was a bit reluctant at that stage, thinking, we're taking a 12-month-old child to Africa. I mean, there's diseases, there's snakes, there's infections. But she agreed. We came here.
Little did Dr. White know that he would be involved in the first ever open heart surgery at the hospital.
To be honest, I never expected we would be doing open heart surgery at Tenwek. I thought, this is Bomet, it's rural Kenya. To do cardiac surgery requires a lot of equipment, a lot of trained staff, and it's expensive because of the nature of the surgery. But I started to see more and more of these children with rheumatic heart disease that no one was taking care of. So in 2007, we did our first heart operation. We did a very old-fashioned operation that is never done anymore, that doesn't require heart-lung bypass, doesn't require stopping the heart, and can only be done for a small portion of patients.
This new center that will significantly increase the volume of major heart and chest surgeries in Kenya is a dream come true, a marvel, a landmark in Bomet, out of a journey of faith.
Oh, it was just from scratch. Where you're sitting right now was a cow pasture. There were 3 cows grazing out on 3.5 acres of land. And we were lucky enough to obtain that land and said, let's move ahead. This started with a a small drawing on a napkin on my dining room table, and it grew into what you're seeing today, which is currently the largest dedicated cardiothoracic unit in all of sub-Saharan Africa.
The new Cardiothoracic Center includes a 176-bed facility separate from the main hospital, featuring 6 cardiothoracic operating theaters, a pre-operative holding area, a laboratory, a blood bank, and a 32-bed post-anesthesia care unit. Additionally, it houses 52 intensive care units, 6 major operating tables, 5 endoscopy rooms, and advanced imaging capabilities.
I think the idea of sending patients to India is unnecessary and costly. Currently, we can do every single heart operation that's needed other than heart transplant here at Tenwek Hospital. Patients who are being told they have to go to India, it's not true. Come here, come to Tenwek. We will take care of you.
Regarding partners, while the African Gospel Church is the mother organization, the Cardiothoracic Center has many other partners.
We partner with World Gospel Mission from the United States, who have since 1945 been sending out staff, full-time staff here. I'm working under the auspices of World Gospel Mission. Samaritan's Purse is an organization that is headed up by a man named Franklin Graham, who is the son of Billy Graham, who most Kenyans would remember. A group called Friends of Tenwek has also been very helpful. A group called African Mission Healthcare has helped us out a great deal as well.
Dr. Arega Leta Fekadu is a cardiothoracic surgeon and the training program director for Cardiothoracic Surgery Fellowship at the hospital. He is from Ethiopia and has served in Kenya for over 16 years.
The Cardiothoracic Surgery Fellowship Training Program is the subspecialty training program where we combine both hands-on training on a patient care as well as classes and then research. These are the things we encompass. So my day-to-day activity is basically the normal day starts with early morning 7 a.m. rounding on patients who are in critical care unit as well as in the ward, teaching the fellows that are pursuing their subspecialty training. So when we teach them, we go over patient clinical condition and the treatment and plans for subsequent care of the patient, as well as patients who are admitted for surgical care, going to theater for surgery. We round on them, we discuss with fellows what to be done, the steps to be followed, and the learning points, potential complications, and then the patient post-operative course. We discuss all those things, and then after finishing round, teaching on round, we go to the operating theater, and I scrub with my fellows in surgery, and then I teach them step by step how to conduct a safe, precision surgical care for our cardiac, thoracic, and vascular patients. That's what we do. This is a normal routine work we do, and which at times we go to classes and go through subjects, and also we do quality improvement meetings, as well as we do also the morbidity mortality conferences, and then exams, and all those things is what we conduct for our trainees.
Outreach is yet another key activity of this center. Ken Mosonik is the program manager for Rheumatic Heart Disease Screening Program.
My work and the scope of my work is to go out to schools and communities to sensitize, that means education, and also to mobilize for heart screenings that we do free of charge under the Cardiothoracic Center here at Tenwek.
And why is this important?
Rheumatic heart disease is the most common cardiac condition in this region that we see, and it creates an enormous amount of loss of prosperity and loss of life. The average age of death is 26 years old, and the majority of patients right now with rheumatic heart disease in Kenya will die because of the lack of facilities to care for them.
Rheumatic heart disease is a cardiovascular disease that affects the valves of the heart, and most of the time it begins as a very simple bacterial infection that attacks the throat, and over time, as it progresses in the human body, it goes and affects the valves of the heart. And most of the surgeries that are done here at CTC, Tenwek Hospital Cardiothoracic Center, is rheumatic heart disease valve replacements, and that's why our job is to go out and be the forefront of the Cardiothoracic Center, meaning that we go out to prevent and educate the communities on what a sore throat can do to your heart.
So why is it common here?
Yeah, so the bacteria that really causes rheumatic heart disease is Streptococcus bacteria, or simply strep bacteria, that attacks the throat. And this is a very simple bacteria that is all over, it's all around us. It's very prevalent in high density population areas, so schools, high populated homes, and essentially the bacteria is as a result of lack of hygiene. So if the hygienic practices and the hygienic standards are low, then the bacteria presence is probably high, and that's what causes the infections on the throat. And over time, if they are not treated, they cause heart problems.
Dr. White's plea to the national government and the county government of Bomet is improvement of infrastructure to ease accessibility to the hospital, with the standard gauge railway and an airstrip among the priorities.
We have the commitment of the county government and the national government that they're going to redo that airstrip. Then when patients want to come here, if it's more convenient from other countries, they can fly right here. When we have emergencies that need to be brought in very quickly, they can land right there.
So an airstrip is quite important.
An airstrip is very important for us. I get referrals from even as close as Eldoret, and I tell them I don't think the patient will survive the journey from Eldoret to here. But there are some limitations, and we're hoping that the schools will pick up so that our professional staff will feel comfortable coming here and putting their kids in the schools. The housing situation is not what some of them would like, and so I'm working on that. I'm working on building more housing units for our professional staff here, and I'd love to partner with the county and the people right around here. Land has become quite dear here, quite expensive, and I encourage the regional people to start building rental housing, quality housing, which our staff will rent, and it will be a win-win situation.
A win-win situation indeed. And on a light note, do not dare backbite Dr. White in Kiswahili.
Nataka kusema asante sana kwa Alex, kwa show yako, Daring Abroad. Sasa tuna dare hapa. Nimekuja kutoka Amerika kukaa Kenya kwa career yote kusaidia kudare kwa sababu Mungu ameniuliza kufanya hivyo. Kenya ni nyumbani yangu.